Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Cincinnati Bengals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Joe Mixon, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Nixon will try the right side. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
To throw on 2nd down, Fields. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Let's go, D. Big series.
On 3rd down, Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Martinez now on 1st and 10. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Set, red, 8, read.
Throwing on 1st down. Martinez. Caught here by Griffin. That one goes for 24 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets out.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they are going to get this one back, it looks like. So nearly like-for-like fumbles, but they hang on to this thing and keep it a turnover. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there's no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, baby.
2nd and 10. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
Tight end roll, tight end roll. Everyone got 4 down. 58's the mark.
Operating from the gun, Fields. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bullet good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go, at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 6 orange.
On 3rd down, it's Vaughn. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
A gain of 27 on the play. 1st down, Bears.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go, D.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this throw caught left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Bears, 1st down.
Ready, set. 50 seconds, run.
Let's go, one more.
Off the play fake, Martinez. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting set.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Come on.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Bravo.
50 seconds. Mike, 50 seconds.
You're in the center. Let's go.
Back to throw, Martinez. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
45. Mike, 45.
Looking to throw. Fields. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Flush to his right. Going deep this time from Miller. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Ready?
To throw is Martinez. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw on second down. Fields going deep downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Martinez. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Martinez to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Martinez to throw on third down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Here's Martinez off the bootleg, eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man on the comebacker. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Martinez now. Off play action. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again. Martinez. Flush to his right. Looking for the end zone. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make them?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Let's go.
They come up in an offset eye. Looking to throw. Martinez. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. As the first half is winding down. As the Bears push further out in front. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll keep it on the ground again here. So we have come to halftime in what's already a two-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On second down, it's Vaughn. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready, ready. It's 50. Plant.
Ready? Watch tight end. Alert, alert. 3, 4,
To throw is Martinez on third down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. Now Martinez off the play fake. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill, and defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Looking to throw on second down. Fields. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Khalil Mack. And they get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
Off play action. Fields. He's got his man, Boyd. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On first and 10, Fields escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw on second down, Fields. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. To throw on third down, Fields. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. 2nd and 13, flushed out right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Martinez, off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson, his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4.
Kill, kill, kill. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Second and 2. He's going to have the hook up to Ross.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. From the gun on third down. Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
On fourth down, Fields. He completes it to Boyd. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Back to throw. Fields. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But it's going to be second down. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Mike, 45. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Throwing again. Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, and they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Looking to throw. Martinez. And Robinson with a big catch. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Meanwhile, here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's Martinez off the bootleg, eluding the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play. And just like that, it's third down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their number 1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. Mixon with a first down carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Push him back. 45. Mike, 45.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
On first down, Mixon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Here we go. Check 43.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Right there.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
On 4th down, Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
Odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Bears, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.